It's a new iron curtain being erected by soldiers along the Serbian border. The fence will be 4 meters high and 175 kilometers long, topped with barbed razor wire. Hungary's government sees building it as a matter of national defense. These are the people they're trying to keep out, migrants, most of whom have been on the road for months. Now they're stuck, shortly before they reach their goal.
We want to ask you something.
Well, we are human, we are not animals. So if they bring the fence, it means they don't want us to cross. We need us to die.
They need to open all the boarding. That will be free, everybody.
We have to die.
Everybody will die.
For us.
The fence will be finished in a few days. Every day, more than 1,500 people try to cross the border from Serbia into Hungary, traveling along what's called the Balkan route. Most come from Central Asia. Hungarian authorities are struggling to cope. The right-wing nationalist government is spending 21 million euros on the fence to stem the flow. Balázs Német is mayor of the town of Bacsalmás, near the Serbian border. It's directly on the route the migrants take. Német is in favor of the fence. He believes it might act as a deterrent.
The fence will be a real hurdle. People who try to break through it will be committing a crime. Once it's up, crossing the border will no longer mean just strolling over it.
But even Mohammed, who has made his way here from Afghanistan on crutches, says a fence won't stop them.
People who are running for their lives will find a way to cross the fence. They'll climb over it or dig under it. My suggestion to Hungary is make the fence a bit lower in some spots. Then even disabled people like me will be able to cross it.
It's a bit of black humor, but Mohammed knows it's also a matter of survival. There aren't many people in Hungary willing to help the migrants. Balázs Szolai is an exception. He's opposed to the fence and believes Hungary is sending the wrong signal to Europe about the challenges that lie ahead.
This fence sends a message. First, our government spread xenophobic propaganda, and now it's drumming up support from people who are afraid of migrants. But in reality, the government can't cope with the migrants and isn't fulfilling its obligation to the EU.
Right before these migrants cross into the EU, they find themselves stranded on the Serbian side in the town of Subotica. An abandoned brick factory has become a gathering point for people who have been on the road for months. They're hungry, thirsty, and at the end of their strength. Pastor Tibor Varga is trying to help wherever he can. This young man needs a doctor. Almost 100,000 migrants have already arrived here this year. Their goal is to reach Western Europe. Pastor Varga does what he can, but it's a drop in the bucket. And once the fence goes up, things will grow even more difficult here.
It's like a dam. What happens when there's too much water? It finds a way over the dam and breaks through it if there's no other way. That's what will happen with the flow of refugees. They'll break through the dam at its weakest point. Europe isn't taking this seriously enough. They need to step in.
Fences are a less than ideal solution to the problem. Once the fence here is complete, the migrants will just head for nearby Romania to make the crossing into Hungary. Then they'll be in the Schengen area, with open borders to Western Europe. For the migrants, no risk is too great to escape war and poverty at home.